Hey, what's up, folks? On the old tubes, it's Kyle of Variety and Errors. Thanks for coming to another vidya. Earlier, this is actually like the second or third time I did this little intro, which shouldn't be that difficult, but I realized my head was blocking the S on spot prices, so it looks like I was a pot dealer telling you about just wonderful types of pot that I'm selling. But in fact, these are these spot prices for today, July 25th, 2018, for gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. We'll talk more about that stuff in another video. Keep giving me suggestions in the comments below on videos you'd like to see. The video later today is going to be about one that everyone's been waiting on, and that is how to sell your currency. The stuff you've come across by watching all the YouTube channels that you like and reading books from bookstores or whatever on coins and paper money and stuff. How do you sell it? Where do you go? Who do you give it to? Who knows? We know. So we'll talk about that in another video. But in this video, we're going to do one of my favorite denominations if you watch my channel, and that is $2 bills. We're going to search through an envelope from the bank that I got this morning when I was paying bills and all that fun stuff, and see if we find anything cool. So let's check the video out on $2 bill searching for some rare stuff, see if we can find any cool things like miscuts or mismatched serial numbers or just collectible fancy serial numbers, all that good jive. Thanks for watching. Let's check it out.
Alright, so as the intro said, here's a little envelope from Bank of America, $2 bills that I picked up. I think it's like 36 bucks worth or something. If I can figure out how to open it. It's kind of like Christmas when you just tear it apart. Give me a second. Alright, hardest part of the video is going to be opening a standard paper envelope. Alright, let's get these kind of organized a little bit for you. Squabam. Alright, so as you guys know, I mean, $2 bills are probably one of my favorite things to go through. I just really like $2 bills. I mean, it's nothing, super extravagant as to why. There is a lot of errors you can find in $2 bills, but in my opinion, they're like the most, slept on denomination and unused denomination. A lot of people, don't want to spend them and stuff. There's a couple videos I just did about the history and changes of the $2 bill. So check that out if you're into that type of thing. It was reintroduced in 1976 for the bicentennial. They had actually discontinued it in 66, thinking that the denomination was so underused that there was just kind of no reason for it. But then they were like, hey, let's bring it back. So without further ado, let's go through some $2 bills in this $2 bill searching video. We're looking for a lot of different things. As you can see on this one, I mean, there's a little bit of a lapse of ink on its serial number up on the top right here. General layout of the $2 bill is pretty similar to other denominations. You have your Federal Reserve seal here with a district number, this one being D for Cleveland, Ohio. You have your Department of the Treasury seal here over the denomination annotation of 2. Washington, D.C., your serial numbers at the top right and bottom left. Your plate annotations here. Your series number is here. That's about the same since 1976. There's not a lot of changes, and Jefferson's been on the thing for quite some time. If you want to know about the graphic changes of $2 bills, then check out the other video. But anyway, nothing I really see on the obverse of the bill. Let's look at the reverse. This is Trumbull's painting of the Declaration of Independence being signed. They actually omitted 4 or 5 people off of this. There's more people that are in the background here, and I believe a couple that are over here. Another interesting thing is this gentleman here, if my camera will focus, this gentleman here, every time I point at it, it kind of goes away, is a long disputed figure depicted in this. We have a video, or I have a video that I'm putting out with the CoinOp people from CoinOp to talk about that. Nothing on the reverse of the bill, though. Let's go to the next one. This is more prominent of a serial number, as I pointed out on the other one. This is also a little bit newer, but the other one had kind of some light inking on the top right serial number on that previous bill. This one's not collectible so far as serial number. We don't see a fancy or anything like that, so nothing really crazy. Same layout, though. B is for New York, New York, as far as the Federal Reserve Bank seal is concerned. I just really like the background art on this, the depiction on the back. Nothing there, though. Looks like these are semi-sequential. This is one right before that one I just saw, so 2013 also. These are in really good shape, though, which is cool. Another good thing about $2 bills is if you notice here, these are security threads, is that little blue thread. I believe on the $2 bill, they're brown and blue is the security threads. They kind of change depending on the denomination. Look at this down here. We actually have a little stray ink right here. So that's pretty cool. Little stray ink on the left-hand side of the note. Nothing majorly collectible, though. I wouldn't call it over, face value without it being just an absurd amount of it. More of those threads you can see poke through. That's an anti-counterfeiting measure, is those little security threads. Well, it's not really a security thread. It's more so just threads embedded in the cotton makeup of the bill. 2013 also. This one's actually, these are actually sequential. So some of these are sequential. Anywho, look at the reverse side of the bill because that serial number is not going to be collectible, as we could tell from the first one in this run that we came across. Same deal here. We're not getting any repeaters. Somewhere in this line, though, there is a 41100411. That would be kind of a good repeater there. As far as I'm concerned, I would have collected that or kept it. But this one's not really anything worth calling home about. I don't see anything on the reverse of the bill either as far as something that jumps out at me. There's some foreign schmudgel on here. We'll probably get through. I know these are kind of mixed. I mean, I didn't go through them yet, but I saw her kind of pull them from different spots. I usually ask the tellers if they could go through their drawer and if they have any quote-unquote funny money. And that's like your 50-cent pieces, your Ike dollars, your Sacagawea gold coins, stuff that basically people don't use on a standard basis, which I don't get, because $2 bills are awesome. I use them mainly for tipping, or I give them to people for birthdays and stuff, or Christmas, or something like that. People really like to just, they'd rather get $50 or $20 or $10 in $2 bills than like any other denomination. I think that's cool. Same dealio here. Nothing really on the reverse of this bill. We haven't come across a super good serial number either. Not a broken ladder. If you're wondering what a ladder is, it'd be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever. Or it could be a mixture of those numbers still comprising a ladder, but that would be a broken ladder. Series 2013, as the other ones that we've looked at so far, minus that 2009 Series 1 have been. Thumbprint here from just sweaty hands from somebody. Cleveland, Ohio, bank seal again. This is a really prominent thread right here. Normally you don't see them as hefty as that, but still pretty cool. So I mean, it's something to think about. Same down here, you can see another one. It's an interesting facet to keeping counterfeiting down on $2 bills, albeit there's not very many anti-counterfeiting measures on 1s and 2s. They're just not something that it's funny because they are counterfeited. But nevertheless, there's something that the U.S. government, I guess, just determined was not worth going through all the 1s and 2s and doing it to. But they do have a lot of anti-counterfeiting measures above and beyond what's in these on 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. And then, of course, larger banknotes like 500 and 1,000 and whatever, those are no longer produced. F is for Atlanta, Georgia. It's a 95, so it's a little bit older one. Looks like a cigarette or some sort of heat was put right here. Somebody was counting up their $2 bills here, so that's interesting. Same dealio on the back. This painting has been around for quite some time as far as the graphic depiction on the back of the bill. So like I said, if you want to learn more about that, you can watch my other video on $2 bills. And we talk about red seal and silver certificate $2 bills and stuff like that. Another 2009 series. There was a change in Secretary of the Treasury during that time, but that's kind of irrelevant of what we're looking at. Same deal here. Nothing really off-printed or anything like that. Another thing to look for is your seals here. Bills go through a multi... Oh, look at that. We got an ink smear. We're going to set that one aside. That's a good one. That's a good ink smear right there. If you see how that Washington, D.C. did not get printed appropriately, that is awesome. That's a good little ink smear. Not super collectible, but hey, it's just $2. We might as well set it aside for something cool. Almost a good repeater. When I first looked at it, I was like, oh, sweet. It's a 2003 series. With $2 bills, I mean, they print them each year, roughly. But, nevertheless, it is what it is. They kind of produce them throughout the time period as it calls for. They print yearly, so same with other denominations. We put out what we are, in need of. I mean, $2 bills, in fact, it's kind of odd that they are not printed as much as other bills. That's why they only comprise 1% of the overall banknotes that are out there. That's another interesting fact. Somebody folded the crap out of that. Uh-oh. Nice. Star note. Oh, sweet. We got ourselves this is the bicentennial note. It's also low, sitting really low, so it's kind of a misaligned cut, but not really. But man, that's very sweet. So we have a lack of ink on this serial number. It's also a star note, and it's the bicentennial. I'm definitely keeping that. Very, very cool. With the bicentennial note, of course, they reintroduced the $2 bill in 1976 after actually discontinuing it in 1966. So to have this, plus it's a replacement note with the star, is definitely cool and worth it to keep it. I would say that it's worth a few bucks over face value. It's in great condition. So probably in the $5 to $10 region, I would say. But man, what a good bill. And it's not even folded, it's not creased. Plus, it's a bill from that long ago. I mean, you're talking 42 years ago. So for it to remain in this condition is really awesome, and it's a star note. So really cool find. I'm very happy about that. Cool stuff. Sorry for kind of shaking bills throughout the video, too. I just get excited, you know. I'll set the rest of them down so you guys don't complain about that. But anywho, Series 2003A, there's a Series 2003 and 2003A, and I believe a B series for the year, where they printed kind of in different tropes from different locations, the $2 bill. Same deal here, somebody folded this. As you guys know, condition is kind of 9/10 of the law when collecting things. The back of the bill looks to be fine as far as the reverse. Got a little bit of smudgel on this one. Haven't found a good serial number yet, minus that star note, so that's kind of depressing. But Series 2009, I think that's the only second 2009 we've come across in this batch. Nevertheless, still cool. Good condition bill, but just got some crap on the front of it. Same bled all the way through, so we'll set that aside. 1, 2, we have no 3 or 4 in there, so not a broken ladder. Series 2003A, another 2003A. Probably similar in the print run as that other one. Looks like these are sequential, actually. Yeah, another 2003A. 127, 127. Nothing really crazy so far. I'm really stoked about that star note that we just came across. That's cool. Here's the 2013, so one of the kind of newer ones that they've put out. No big graphic changes, as you can see, since we've gone from 1976 all the way to 2013. There's no major graphics changes to the $2 bill since roughly 1924 or 29. That's when they kind of changed over and put Jefferson on the bill. So another one. I mean, if these were zeros in the middle, it'd be a little bit more collectible, but nothing really awesome. Another Series 2013. The obverse of this bill looks to be pretty good condition, and is the last one. I'm going to have to cut that out so you don't have my bank account number. And nothing on the reverse of the bill. So the two things that we came across, we'll start with the one that's less important. Washington, D.C., I'm going to try to get as close as I can. We got an ink smear on that, so that's a good example of what a small ink smear looks like. And then our piece à la resistance is the 1976 bicentennial star note. So very cool find. I'm very stoked about that. It's also sitting low on its margins. That's very cool. And so I am stoked that I came across that. This is also sitting a little bit off, but not enough to really call it collectible outside of this star note. But what a good condition bill. I'm glad we came across that, and I'm going to set that in the old collection. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for more bill searching and coin searching and good old-fashioned info on paper currency. See you next time.